With robinswreathery. Welcome. Let's give everybody a few minutes to pop on. I hope you're having a great day today. Sorry I had to go early, but at least if you miss it, you can go back and hit the replay. But I really wanted to show you this method. Wow, it's amazing how everything pops up right away. There we go. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So what I'm going to do today is show you the Crackle paint method. We had talked about this on Monday night. This is our new cross that is a wreath attachment, and then we have a bigger one that is a door hanger. So I've already gone ahead and did this one because I wanted you to see the crackles in this. Say hello when you're popping on. Can you see that? This is super simple, and it sets up in 10 minutes. And then it will dry, and as it dries, it will crack. So this is awesome. Look at that together. So we're going to actually do it on the door hanger, and then while that's drying, we are going to go ahead and put burlap on the back of this cross, which I've already made 2 patterns, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, but first we're going to do step 1 of this process. Now, I need someone to tell me when 10 minutes are up. Once I finish putting just regular Elmer's glue on top of this painted surface, then in 10 minutes we go on to step number 2. So, let's go ahead and do that. And I'm using my angled brush, and I'm just putting it right inside here. All right, so I'm actually going to try and keep it going in this direction. I'm just trying to get some of the drips. But you just slop this on, and I mean slop it on. Now I try to smooth out my brush strokes, and don't worry about that if that gets on there. But this is the part we have to let set up for 10 minutes. When 10 minutes is up, we go ahead and we put our paint on top of the glue. So basically you're just slopping it on. Don't worry if you have any drying going on. Hi Judith, how are you? We are using Elmer's glue right now that we are putting on the top of our painted surface. This was just regular acrylic paint that I used, the black. But I'm going to show you how to do the Crackle method. Super simple. And don't get real stingy with your glue. Plop it on there. So what I'll need, Judith, I'm going to ask you if when I'm done putting the glue on here, if you would tell me when 10 minutes are up. Now I'm just going to put a little extra on there. You cannot mess up this process. So don't worry. Hey Z, how are you? So this is just regular Elmer's glue that we're putting on here. I try to clean up the sides if I can with the glue, but when the paint is on there, don't worry about it, because you can always go back at the end and touch it up. And an angle brush is sometimes easier to work with. I'm just trying to get the strokes even. All right, you can start the timer, Judith. If you could just let me know. Good evening. Yes. All right, so we're just going to let this set up for 10 minutes. We're not going to touch it. All right, so while that's setting up, then we'll go ahead and we'll work on the smaller cross. Yikes. Where am I going to stick this? Just stick it over here. I also went back and I redid the carrot. I did not like the orange in the ribbon up here in the bow, so I went back and I took the orange out. So now I'm just going to go ahead and reposition these. What there was, yeah, there was a carrot. There it is. All right, put a little glue there. I'm just going to put these back in the bow. I did not like that orange ribbon in there, so I took it out. It was just clashing. So there we go. So there's that. We fixed that. So that's now listed. That's our door hanger, carrot door hanger. All right, so this was the one I did this morning to show you so you could see what the method is going to look like. Isn't that pretty? Super, super simple. All right, so what I did was I put a piece of paper down and I traced the inside of the cross, and then I cut the paper a little bit bigger. And then I did the same thing with this one, because now we're going to glue some burlap to the back of this. I really want it to look farmhouse, and I think this is going to look really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. I thought I had some pins here. So it'll just stay in place. Hey, Monica. I know. Did you see how that? Judith is timing for me. We just took the wreath attachment and we painted it with Elmer's glue. And we're letting that set for 10 minutes. And then we're going to go back and we're going to paint over it with the white paint. I had to go early because I'm waiting on a computer guy and he could only come at 2. So rather than scratch today, because I knew there were quite a few people that wanted to see this method used. So we're just cutting out 2 pieces of burlap. Now on the wreath, on the door hanger one, you can actually use 10-inch burlap mesh for the whole wreath, for the whole door hanger cross. All right, so now we're just going to glue this to the back of here. Thank you, Rachel. Hey, Amy, welcome. Hi, Abba. So we're just going to put a little glue here and a little glue here to kind of get both sides set up to hold it in place. And maybe this isn't the best burlap to use. I kind of want this to cut a little bit. All right. I'm having the worst time setting up a new printer, and I said that's it. After 4 hours of playing with it yesterday, I'm calling in the big guns. So my computer guy is coming in to see if he can fix it. Now again, you could probably even use a burlap bag, something that's a little bit... Oh, hey, Abba. Are you watching and Mom's not? Aren't you supposed to be doing your schoolwork? Little Abba is watching. Yay! Young Abba. We won't say little. That wouldn't be right, would it? I'm looking forward to seeing your unicorn wreath. It's easier if I pin this down and quit cutting corners. So, when you can pick up the pins, that is. Oh, good. Now you have time to wreath and create. Abba's doing virtual school from home. I'm usually on it too, but my computer guy could only come at 2, so we decided to go on early. So what we're going to do is, now we're going to glue this to the back. How am I looking, Judith? Am I at 10 minutes yet? Now, so I don't burn my fingers, I'm going to use the scissors to hold it down. And let's go down the sides here. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. I think it looks really cute in farmhouse. Look at that. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? Peggy, this is the crackle paint method. Judith says I had 3 more minutes. What we did was, this cross was black, and we painted it with Elmer's glue. Then you let the Elmer's glue set up for 10 minutes, and then you paint over that with any kind of paint, chalk paint, acrylic paint, whatever you want. Then as it dries, it cracks. Is that not cute? All right. So then we have this also, it comes with this, the word blessed. Okay, this is our wreath attachment. So when we're done with the door hanger, that's the one that's drying. Wouldn't it look cute with some lamb's ear in there and a small grapevine wreath to resemble the headdress that Jesus wore? Look at that. Oh! Yes, 10 minutes. And Judith told me 1 minute ago we have 3 minutes left. So, and what I did was I just traced on the inside and then added a border around, so when I glued it, it would go past the edge and I'd have something to attach it to. But doesn't that look cute? I love it. All right, so let me bring the wreath back over because it's about almost done. I get it. I know, Monique. All right, so here's the one that we painted with the Elmer's glue. I had already painted this wreath attachment this morning, and you'll see it's drying in some spots. You can always go back over and fix it if you had to, but we're just going to leave it at that. And now, I know, thank you. Time's up, Judith said. Okay, so now what we do, I have chalk paint here. So now we're going to go back over the glue, and we're just going to glob this on. Do not worry about mess. It's okay. All right, so I'm just putting the chalk paint on here. And see, I use my angle brush because my angle brush, if I'm not trying to hurry, I can usually get it on without it going over the sides. But here, I did get some over the sides. And I did on this one when I did it. So what I did was I just went back over it with the black paint to touch it up. So let's fix that. There we go. So as I'm making the bow, this is just going to start cracking. In fact, when I got to the bottom of that one, it had already started cracking up top. I just don't want a lot of runs. And I try to go in the same direction, so it looks right. I'm a stickler for that kind of stuff. I don't want it to look like this and like that. I just want to go in the same direction. Now, I don't know if I did it enough here and there because it doesn't look, it totally looks dry already. So I may have to go back and add a little more glue and let it set up, and then you know, put the paint back on top. I actually had a little bit of paint to add to this one, and really I'm not even going to tell you where it's at because you can't see. It's that forgiving. And you can use this on anything to make it look antique. Like Peggy's working on some items, repurposing some items. You know what? I'm going to leave this down here because I really did not get enough glue on there. And that way I won't have to redo it. So as we are standing here, it will start cracking. Oh, such a slob. There we go. I even have my hairdryer here, so yes, this is our door hanger cross, and this is our wreath cross. No problem, Z, thank you. But see how it starts cracking? Maybe I'll bring it in a little so you can see it better. How's that? I didn't get enough glue on here, so I'm going to go back and fix that. Thank you, Monique. No problem, Susan. Thank you. Look at that. Can you see it starting to form? Look at that. I could see anybody doing this on any type of wood. Oh, tell me low battery. How can it be low battery? It's plugged in. Yes, I think so too. It's definitely less expensive, Peggy, and I think it does a nicer job. Can you see it cracking now? So easy. I mean, I could not find my glue. I had to go out and buy some. But just so simple. My friend Kat showed us how to do this. She does awesome work. Good. Glad you can see it. It just cracks on its own. I mean, that's what this did. It just, as it dried, it cracked. So I'm just going to set this aside and pull you up here. And we'll just let that go. But also, in my shop, okay, we have this ribbon that matches this cross. It has blessed, thankful, and grateful words written on it. Okay, so I thought this would be a nice ribbon to go with this. And actually what I'll do is I'll go ahead, good luck with that, Peggy. But look at that, isn't that pretty? And then see what you can do. The wreath attachment and the door hanger come with the word blessed. Look at that. Is that not sharp? The contrast on there. So I think we're going to make a small bow. Get my Easey bow out here. Except we're not going to start with this ribbon. Just going to declutter my area here. I thought we'd start with this ribbon. Now what I'll do is I'll make this to go with this on a wreath. I don't have time to do the wreath, but I thought at least if I showed you some colors that you can use with your wreath, then you know, then when I go ahead and, like I said, with that one, you can use 10-inch mesh. It will totally cover that for you. So you don't need to buy burlap. If you have any burlap mesh, you can use that. I like this because it had a tighter weave to it, and that's why I went with that one. And then I have a new product to show you on top of all the ones we released on Monday. It is going to be a door hanger or a wreath attachment, and we will be using that soon. I just wanted it to look more farmhouse, and I thought these colors would help. Now, because this ribbon is, it has a certain direction to it, I'm gonna put one tail there and one tail here, because you know how I am. I like my words to fall the way they're supposed to. So we'll do that. In the bow, I can always twist the loops to go the direction I want them to, but the loops, the tails, I can't. So that's why we went ahead and did that. Because we can disguise that they are not all one. I just, personally, I feel when you don't put your ribbon in the direction it should go, you're just not taking the extra time to make it look right. If these were upside down, that wreath would drive me crazy. Again, it's just me personally. So let's go ahead and cut that. Then I thought I would go with a black next. Push that down in there. Let's see how all my stuff is going in the right direction. No, it wouldn't work, would it, Monique? I think it's just, it drives me crazy. So I think I'm gonna go with 2 of those. Now, I could go with this. Nope, I'm not. I could go with that, but I think I'm going to hit it with the white. I think that's going to make it pop. And I think I'm only going to do 1 loop. Now I know I have this ribbon in my shop. I know I have that ribbon in my shop. And everybody knows if you're looking for a certain ribbon that isn't in my shop, all you have to do is contact me. I'll sell you whatever I got off my wall. So we want that. Then we're going to get a piece of, I can use that tinsel tie. I'm just watching my time to make sure my computer guy isn't due to arrive. And I hope he can fix it, my printer. I'm going to pull it a little bit. And we talked about zip ties on Rachel's live last night. Because someone said, do you like zip ties as opposed to ribbon or to wire? And Rachel said yes, and I said yes. It just makes for a tighter bow. It's not going to come apart on you. And the wire is not going to rust. Now, see how I have that sticking up? We're going to trim that. We don't want it to look like we pieced it. See how the Kraken's coming out? Release the Kraken. And I should have another one in here. Yep, I do. So let's go back and fluff. I just wanted the black in there to kind of break things up a little. I mean, you could use whatever color you want. Oh, we got to do our dovetail. This one, and this one. And this isn't something that you have to leave up for Easter. I mean, the crosses are up all the time. They're considered farmhouse, especially when you have this beige in there. I think I want that to go that way. There we go. So won't that look nice with that on a wreath? And you could do this with our button bow holders. You could actually put the button or the bow up above here, and then, like I said, put a little bit of lamb's ear on here. That really make it look farmhouse. Actually, we need 2 pieces. That's not the one I want. Here it is. So on our door hanger, we could have the lamb's wool on there, going one way, this way, and then this in the middle. Would that look pretty? And see, it's still cracking. Can you see the cracking going on? And all my little ones, all my foil friends, this would be awesome foiled too. So see how easy that was? Glue on top of the paint, 10 minutes, let it set, and then go back and slop it with paint. So I think what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and slop that bottom. For those just joining that didn't see it, we'll go ahead and slop that bottom with paint, or with glue, I mean, which is right here. And I think oh, thank you, Judith. I think I'm just gonna, and actually that's probably a better method, just squirt it out and then go back and slop it. You know, that way you're not sticking your brush in there or anything. So now I have to set another timer for 10 minutes. Actually, the top didn't turn out bad where there was hardly any in place. But there we go. So this one, we're just going to glue the word blessed on there. I will go back and I will actually spray it with clear matte spray. I could put a dot up here too. There, so it'll hold it in a few places. There. So there's our word blessed, and there's our bow, and that'll go in a wreath. That would look pretty too. Monique's talking about Rachel using the small small flowers. I have some here. Don't know that I like those as much, but could even put them under. Like you could put them under and let it hang down, or put it in here like that, or even a real pretty lily, because of it being Easter. I don't have any up here, but yes, you could definitely do that. Definitely. Or you know my favorite, boxwood. I should put a piece of boxwood down in there. That would look nice. So, paint it, then put your glue on top, set a timer for 10 minutes, and then go back and put your paint on top, and then as your paint dries, it will crackle. I wonder if I could speed that up any. Might be able to speed that up too. but it's still cracking. The paint is still kind of damp, so it's not dry. Thank you, Rach. How many of you are going to try this method? Super simple to do. I'm just speeding up the drying time on the glue. Actually, I think I sped it up too fast, but let's try it. And like I said, you can use 10-inch mesh on this. To cover the back if you wanted to have this effect. I'll let that and then see how that goes. And what I did, if you get any paint on the inside here, you can always go back with a black paintbrush and cover over it, because I did that with this one. But there you go. That's our Crackle paint process. Okay? And like I said, I have this ribbon in the store, this one. It says blessed. Your wreath attachment or your door hanger comes with the word blessed. Oh, I almost forgot. Here is our newest item. It's actually a cow head. So we're going to be painting that too. And come up with a saying that we can put on there. You know me and my brown cows. I love my brown cows. So this is going to be stained and painted. It's not in the shop yet, but will be. That's one that Rachel was looking forward to. All right. And don't forget, if you try this method, send me a picture. I want to see what you did. Okay? All right, you all have